How you guys doing? This is Jason with back yet another tech-filled video. And this time, it's all about time. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wearing a Pixel Watch 2. Samsung makes smartwatches. Everyone's making smartwatches. There's even a lot of cheap ones that aren't as good but offer fantastic battery life, while some ones like this are fantastic but have very limited battery life, i.e. Apple Watches, except for the Ultra, but it's also an $800 watch. So Wear OS has been around for a while. It's been through its struggles, it's been through its changes, and for the most part, the latest iteration is pretty good. Like I said, the Pixel Watch gets me about day and a half, which is really good. And the Samsung Watch 6 gets me roughly 2 days, maybe a little more, depending on what settings I'm using. But a surprising entrant has entered the ring, and that is this, OnePlus. Now, this was announced a little while ago, and the biggest selling feature for this is its 100-hour battery life. Now, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that's probably not true, and there's some special tweaks that it's using to get that, but just to give you a quick update, there's two colors. This is the radiant steel with a green band, and then they also have black steel. So just two basic colors, and it's round. It's stainless steel. It's a 47 millimeter, but I think the screen itself is 46. It's an AMOLED screen. It's 1.43 inch screen, brightness of 600 nits, not watts, and it's got a 2.5D sapphire crystal. It's got a huge 500 milliamp hour battery, which is probably one of the reasons it can stay alive and well for so long. And it says obviously up to 100 hours of battery life. Now it says smart mode. It says when using an official supported watch face, dual engine architecture will be in effect. So how this does this is it actually integrates a large battery, and it also integrates dual OS. So it boots Wear OS 4 as well as their own proprietary OS that we saw on the previous OnePlus Watch that didn't sell very well. And it kind of goes in between both as needed, which offers fantastic battery life. That in addition to the Samsung W5, or Samsung, the Snapdragon W5 chipset, which is surprisingly very efficient, and it's about time Snapdragon kind of stepped up into the wearables chipset market, with other companies kind of taking the lead. But as you can see, this is the watch box. Typical branding, white, red. This is the Watch 2, like I said, in radiant steel. So I got the green because I've got their Buds Pro 2 and those are green. I got the OnePlus Pad, which is also green, and my OnePlus 12, which I just received back, is also green. So I figured, why not go with a green band, trying to get them all to match. But either way, you go by what you prefer, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of embossed right here, kind of smooth, but it's a box. So the main goodness is on the inside. So let's see if I can get this open. Man, these boxes are suction they have inside make it difficult. Okay, so right off the rip, nothing on the inside of the box, just typical OnePlus colors. You got the watch right here. You got a little pull tab. So we're gonna put that off to the side right here. And then in the box, oh, it kind of lifts up. That's kind of nice. You've got where the watch was, and then looks like just some reading material. Yep, just some typical OnePlus reading material. Unfortunately, I didn't see any stickers in there, so if you're a huge OnePlus sticker fan, which I'm sure you guys all are, I didn't see any in the box. And then this is an interesting way to charge. So it's got your typical USB-A to C, but then it's got this interesting pogo magnetic dock. So hopefully with their warp charging, we can get some super fast charging with this. But like I said, what makes this the most interesting is its fact that it's got fantastic battery life, and that you can pretty much wear it for days on end and not have to worry about it. So going back to the charging, it says it's got fast charging, and in 60 minutes for 100% charge, or 10 minutes for 24 hours. So you plug it in for 10 minutes, you get at least a day of use out of it. Like I said, it's got the W5 Gen 1 chipset from Snapdragon, and it's got a secondary chip for the RTOS, which is a secondary operating system on it. Has 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of ROM, and then the RTOS runs on 4 gigabytes. It does Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS. It's got a host of sensors. It does health and all that in between. So something just to be aware of, that it's typical Wear OS 4 watch, but hopefully with the extended battery life and some of the OnePlus flavor, you'll get a unique experience that you don't usually get. And that's, again, going back to what I like about Android, not just their phones, but their watches obviously too, is you can be together, but not the same. So we can all have a Wear OS watch, but they all can be a little different, whereas, not saying anything bad about Apple's devices, but typically they are all exactly the same, no matter what you get. And to some people that's boring, to some that's timeless because they never change. So you got to kind of make up your mind on that. I'm in the camp where I like a little bit of different, I like changes. I like things to not always stay the same. And that's just how I am. Okay, so let me see if I can get this watch out of this cover here. It looks like it's run pretty good. And we're right back. Okay, that was an experience getting that cover off. Maybe I'm just not the smartest person in the world, but so here you can see we got the green band, and it's a sport band, so it's going to be more for those I shouldn't say athletic, but more likely to withstand like your typical outside, walking, running. Looks like it's a pretty good size, and it uses typical millimeter sized bands, and there's an easy quick release right there, as you can see. On the back, you got your pogo pins. Sorry, you probably can't even see that. You got your pogo pins and your sensors in the middle. Very shiny, had the OnePlus branding. On the front, this is what I like about it. So it's a circular design, which I prefer for my watches, not rectangle or square. But it's got this like little beveled area right here, and you got a button here and a button here, and this is a crown that does turn, but it does not do anything in the menu system. But for me, when I wear my typical watch, I have the button on the inside, so when I'm working out and moving, I'm not accidentally hitting buttons. What's interesting about this is it's on this beveled area, so even if you are wearing it on your wrist, it's going to be a lot harder to hit these buttons because they're on this little edge. I don't know if it's got any juice in it. I'll try to power this thing on, see what it does, but this is OnePlus Watch 2 supposed redemption in the Wear OS game or smartwatch game, and it is definitely a huge difference from the first one. The first one kind of bombed, fizzled, and you never heard much about it. Even within the last 3 or 4 months, I hadn't seen it on their website for a while. So this is something they wanted to change. OnePlus is really hitting it out of the park this year. And even last year, they've got the OnePlus 12, which is a killer device for a killer price. They've got the new Voke charging for that device. They've got the OnePlus Pad they released last year, which is fantastic. And Pad, phone, and smartwatch, they're starting to grow a pretty hefty, pretty good ecosystem. So to me, it's exciting to see this, other companies jumping into the game. And the other thing I wanted to say about this watch is, yes, you could obviously use it with a OnePlus device, but you don't have to. You can use it with any Android device. And I don't think there's a whole lot of differences in use case. Like with Samsung's got Wear OS, but there's certain things that will only work with a Samsung device and not with other Android devices, like snore detection if that's what you want. But this watch, I don't think there's any caveats to using on any other Android smartphone. So like I said, this has been a quick first look at the OnePlus Watch 2 from OnePlus. If you're interested, look at the description below, and I will leave a link to where you can look at this price. I want to say it's $299, and as of the time of this writing, they are offering like $50 off with a coupon, or you can trade in any device in any condition and get $50 off. So In all reality, it's $249.99. And if it does deliver on all those promises, this is going to be the Wear OS watch to beat, and possibly the best smartwatch to beat. This is Jason with Tuna Tech. Thanks for watching.